Hey, Dusty Rains here, and I am in downtown Pawhuska, Oklahoma, and I have gotten word that there is a major film production in the works here, being directed by Martin Scorsese and well-known actors, one thing and another. I can't remember the name of the film. I'll try to put it in the description below. I wanted to show you where some of the shooting locations are in the downtown area. Kind of walk along here. A lot of the storefronts have been changed in order to reflect an old, early set for the movie. I'll kind of go back and forth here. The way movies do it, they will change up a whole town, section of town where movies are being shot in order to make them look like as if they date back to the 1800s or the early 1900s. But I thought I would give you a little bit of a treat and showing you some of these buildings along the way. It's a little bit drizzly this morning. Glad for the rain. I hope they're getting some back in Amarillo, Texas, in the Texas Panhandle. They really need that. Rodeo Reed really needs some out in Arizona, but Oklahoma is being blessed with rain today. Southern Kansas, I understand. But my little camera here is waterproof. I don't have to worry about it being saturated with water. I'm just going to have to wipe off the lens when it gets wet. I understand part of the plot line for the movie has to do with the fact that the Osage Indians, who were forced to come to Indian territory, as Oklahoma was known back during that time, they were the only first American nations, what I've been told, that was able to afford to actually purchase their reservations so that the federal government no longer had a great deal of control over them. And then I understand that back during the early teens, 20s, somewhere around there were oil reserves that were discovered on their reservation. And well, that kind of brought in greedy white men who had their own views as to how all of that income the Indians were bringing in for themselves. Osage families made them very wealthy, and so there was a lot of shenanigans that was going on that was trying to get some of that money into white man's hands rather than the Osage Nation's hands. And more than likely, from what I've been told, that also started up the Federal Bureau of Investigation to handle some of the law enforcement effects that were beginning to develop right here in Pawhuska and Osage County. All right, there is one more area down by the train station that I will show to you. I think we covered this pretty well. All right, now here we are at the site of the train depot, and looks like things are still under construction here. Plus, oh, this is going to be kind of treacherous. It's kind of muddy. I couldn't actually drive up here, even though my mount is four-wheel drive. I just didn't want to tear everything up. And look at this ground right here. probably wouldn't make that much of a difference, but I don't want to be getting stuck either. Now this is going to be the back side of the train station here. There's a little bit of a track. It looks like it is freshly installed. I'll come over on this side to give you a better view of this side. Now generally with movie sets, they will build a facade, but they don't finish anything out on the interior. I suppose if the Pawhuska community wants to do the interior themselves, use that as a visitor center or something like that, that may come in the future, who knows. But it's a good start for something like that. Come back around this way, try to avoid all the mud puddles, and most likely the view that you will see in the movie will be of the side that we're headed to. So that will be a view which kind of looks like it's going into wooded, old-timey scenery is what I'm trying to say. And it is a little bit overcast, which helps out a little bit for exposure of the building, I suppose. We don't have a lot of contrast between dark and shadow. Now there are other filming locations other than just in Pawhuska. So none of the movie stars or movie crews, anything like that, are in town today. I understand they're shooting at another location a number of miles away. And looks like there is a new water tank over here, so I don't know if they will be having some steam locomotives in the movie or not. This also could be a fuel tank, crude oil fuel tank for some of the steam locomotives that use fuel rather than coal. Then they got away from steam altogether. I'm not really a train buff, so I don't know all the details as to what dates those things came about. But it looks like they've got a lot of more material here kind of lined up, ready to go for more construction. And if I get an opportunity to come back, well then maybe I can have someone help guide us around. All right, here I am, ready to head back towards Amarillo. Thank you very much.